Alright, today on Cabal Cast, we're going to be in Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Draft to do a 1 versus 1 video commentary. Found this game on the Popular Replays tab, and it features Play to Lose, which, as everybody knows, is BikeRushOwnz, and he's playing as the red GDI, and his opponent is going to be FeelsBirdMan, which is Inspire Phoenix, or Phoenix, Steve Nash, that guy. So yeah, it's going to be 1 versus 1 on Atacama Road. So let's start off in the south here. We see this is going to be Phoenix, aka Steve Nash, aka Inspire Phoenix. He's got so many nicknames these days. He's playing as the pink Not faction, not sure what he is. Up in the north here we see BikeRushOwnz. He's going to be playing as the red GDI Vanilla. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people keep asking, well, why is it called vanilla? Why can't you call it chocolate? So I'm going to call him BikeRushOwnz. He's playing as the chocolate GDI Forces, and looks like Inspire Phoenix is going to be playing as the chocolate Nod. So it's going to be chocolate Forces here, GDI and Nod on Atacama Road. Both players are going to go for their tip spikes, which is just adjacent to their bases. BikeRush has got 2 here, and Phoenix has got 2. Players should be able to capture the tip spikes relatively, actually pretty easy actually, because none of them have fast scouts. Phoenix is not going to go for his classic. I'm not sure if it's actually his classic that he goes for shadow teams or it's somebody else, but yeah, so it looks like BikeRush is going to spot some Milton squad, so he knows that he's going to be up against Nod, and Phoenix knows that he's going to be going up against GDI. Looks like BikeRush is trying to get it down a Foxhole, and he will succeed, and that's going to be a pretty good vision for him towards the later half of the game. And we see some more competition up here. Looks like BikeRush is going to get caught out of position. He will lose one of his rifleman squads, but he hasn't quite scouted Phoenix yet. But looks like Phoenix is going to take this opportunity to go for some flame tanks, and he's got to have some vision right here. It looks like Phoenix is going to try to stop that, and it looks like he will do so indeed. And so I'm not sure if BikeRush knows he's going to be up against flame tanks. I think he's wondering something, but he's not too worried about it. He's got 2 harvesters, so I don't think anything's going to be going up here, but he doesn't know for sure. He doesn't know for sure that Phoenix is going to go for a flame tank. Oh, he sold it off. Did he actually go for a flame tank, or is he just faking it? I don't see a flame tank anywhere. He just went for a 3rd harvester, so I think he will. Yep, he's going to fake. So this is just a Blackhound squad that he's going to take towards the tip spikes. He might destroy the tip spikes if he's lucky, but I think BikeRush knows that he may be able to. I don't think anything is happening with Phoenix. He just faked that. So he sees the Blackhound squad. And now he's going to be placing inside that foxhole, which is a very smart idea. I would personally go up to the north here and see if he can destroy one of the tip spikes from BikeRush, because then that would be pretty good. But looks like the watchtower is in place just to take out the Milton squads, and some pit bulls around the field now. So I think he has a hunch that there is a flame tank out in the field somewhere, and he's just doing everything in his power to try to scout that. He has 5 and 2 in his pre-play now, nope, he has 4 and 2. Sorry, the prop ratio is 5 and 2, but he's going to be packing up his MCV. I think he's finding it relatively safe to scout, because he's just going everywhere on the map with his pit bulls. But he just did the Blackhand squads here, and the APC should be coming in momentarily to take care of those Blackhand squads. He will lose one of his rifleman squads, which kind of sucks, but that's fine there. And now he's going to be going up against, just trying to destroy the tip spike. The APC with the rifleman squad is going to be coming in to intercept, and he will probably, yeah, Phoenix is trying to indulge the APC in closer, but yeah, he's firing right behind the thingamajig here. I'm not even sure what that is, actually. Is that like a small ruin, or? I'm not even sure what that is. But anyway, the Blackout squad will be taken out. The APC takes some damage, but the Rifleman squad inside is doing absolutely wonders as well. And now we see a Scorpion tank out here, and that'll take care of the APC. BikeRushOwnz throws down a minefield, but Phoenix knows that. He saw it, and then he's going to pull the Scorpion tanks away. So some transition coming here. Those 3 pit bulls are coming in towards the base. BikeRush is going to go for some blue tib in the center half of the map here, which is sort of generating some blue tib. And there's no tib field here. It's just like blue crystals going up against blue crystals. So they're feeding off each other, which I find is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure when Technique made this map, he put the CNC4 theme in this map, which, you know what, it's okay. But I really like this map here. It's really nice design. Phoenix is going to be going up against a lot of pit bulls here, and BikeRush has got a 2nd War Factory out. Phoenix, what are you doing? You got your 2nd War Factory out. You're actually ahead. It's got your 2nd refinery out, so BikeRush is a little bit slow. But I think he wanted to make sure that there was no flame tanks on this map here to take out, you know, his structures. So anyway, he's going to go for some straight bikes, or straight pit bulls. I keep saying bikes because BikeRush, I mean, he usually plays a lot of nods, so that's why I'm used to saying bikers, not pit bulls. So that's why. And then he's bringing his forces down to the left side of the map here. He's trying to go for some harvester harassment, but Phoenix, he knows that they're coming here, and he has a lot of scorpion tanks at his disposal, so he might be able to push his Pipples away. He's just giving BikeRush a lot of map control here, which is fine, but he can't break into the base of Phoenix because there's a lot of scorpion tanks here, and he has the operation center back up now, so he's intent on going for some dozer blades for his scorpion tanks. He might go for some laser capacitors later on in the game, but I'm not sure if he wants to invest in some lasers, because with the lasers, this is an open map, I would say, but it's not like relatively good because there's a lot of choke points, a lot of areas where scorpion tanks can go around, and it could be relatively good, but with BikeRush, you know, he could just go for spam juggernauts and mammoth tanks. So I mean, we'll see what Phoenix does. I mean, I personally would not go for laser capacitors, but we'll see. Anyway, so Phoenix is going to go for some scorpion tanks on this side of the map here, just push the Pitbulls away. BikeRush is just intent on just mining a lot of this blue tip, and that's not boding well with Phoenix. He's going to be pushing in with the scorpion tanks, but there's some pred tanks here as well, just to push the scorpion tanks away, keeping this area safe while BikeRush mines the blue tip, and that's giving him a lot of economy here. And BikeRush is at tier 2 of this command post. He's probably going to go for some AP ammo. No surprise there. And these blue tip fields for BikeRush is just insanely giving him with some awesome economy. This is like the second time. Oh, that harvester is not fully loaded with blue tip. It's like half loaded with blue tip, but that's totally fine. A full load of or half load of blue tip is like the equivalent of like a full load of green tip. So that works out in the end, I guess. The dozer blades is done for Steve Nash, or Phoenix, and he's probably going to go for an attack, though. I'm not sure if he's going to accomplish much, because BikeRush is at tier 3 with his tech lab, and we see a chasm style coming in, and that'll do a ton of damage. Well, not really a ton of damage, but I think Phoenix forgot this is R12, so the R12 chasm style does not destroy harvesters. It just takes out the refineries. So I'm not sure if you forgot about that or not, but yeah, he did heavy damage both those harvesters, so that kind of sucks. But I don't know if BikeRush is phase 2 by it. The construction yard, oh my god, the construction yard took a heavy damage before it deployed, so I'm not sure if Phoenix is going to be able to take that out. Actually, he dropped down orbital bombardment, so this construction yard will be going bye-bye. And that was a nice orbital strike there, besides with those Pitbulls. But the laser capacitor is done, so Phoenix did go for laser capacitors. Okay, we'll see how well he does with these laser scorps. He's trying to go for some blue tip, but those Pitbulls are there to reveal the stealth of those harvesters, and that harvester, and we'll take it out. So now Phoenix, I'm not sure what he's gonna be able to do here, because there's a lot of predator tanks, and BikeRush is almost done with that tech lab. So he's obviously gonna go for some rail guns. I wouldn't expect him to go for anything else. Maybe for some orders, but the railguns is done, and we see looks like he struck by artillery coming in, and that shuts down 4 of those scorpion tanks, and this is perfect for BikeRush, just pushing in with his predator tanks here, and it's going to be awesome carnage. He's also throwing down the zone trooper drop pod as well, and this is just a huge battle here. Scorpion tanks versus pred tanks versus zone troopers. Zone troopers are trying to get crushed, and they are going to try to get crushed because they have the dozer blades on them, but they jumped right away. Only one member of the zone trooper squad manages to survive, well, 2 of them actually, but now this is just insane carnage here. Both players are coming in, and what the hell was that, BikeRush? Why would you throw down a supersonic airstrike when there's just ground forces here? I think you just managed to destroy that just for funs, but I think relatively here, BikeRush will be able to come on top here. That was insane battle there, and I'm so glad I got that on camera. That kind of battle I was waiting for. So Phoenix lost all of his scorpion tanks, and BikeRush lost like what, 95% of his predator tanks. That was an insane battle, and both players are relatively low in terms of economy. BikeRush, he still has a little bit of blue, green tip here, but Phoenix lost his MCV, and he just built another one here, so I'm not sure if the economy will affect him in either way. But he has a Black Hand Squad here, and the Black Hand Squad will start to flame down those zone troopers as well. BikeRush is still intent on building the scorpion tanks with the rail guns, and these rifleman squads are just going to get barbecued to hell. And it looks like I think BikeRush is in retreat. I'm not sure why he's in retreat. He could definitely push the space right here, but I think Phoenix will just defend that no matter what. And the predator tanks are just trying to crush the Black Hand Squad. And this whole time, BikeRush is just trying to get more blue tip, and he's actually doing a pretty good job of that. There's a couple of rocket squads here, and they will start firing on that harvester. I think BikeRush realizes that and just pushes that away. Might as well. He's showing the rear armor, but that's totally fine. And Phoenix is now stealing some blue tip of his own. And BikeRush is at this expansion right here. He's got, holy cow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 harvesters on that field right here. 8. Make that 8. And he has a barracks here as well, so he's going to go for some. Oh, I think he was going for some missile squads. He actually has a lot of missile squads here. Never mind. So he's going for some infantry here. I'm not sure if he's going to be going for an armory station to boost his infantry. He might as well, because the shredder turns can't do much damage when the armory forces are just, or when he has armory station, and the composite armor just beefs up all the infantry forces. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, we'll see. Phoenix has his own expansion here. He's got 2 refineries with 5 harvesters. That's the proper ratio. Now he needs to get his defenses in order, because I'm pretty sure BikeRush is intent on trying to take that base out. And he's got shredder turrets as well. He's bringing in his avatars here, and these militant squads are not going to be. They're just going to be in the way of everything. But I think BikeRush is going to turn around and keep his forces at his expansion, because he has a pretty good economy on this field over here. And both players are just trying to get more forces on the map here. Another war factory has been placed down by BikeRush. That's his 3rd one, I think. And now more Predator tanks are just being built out of the war factory. He sold his tech lab, so I guess he's not intent on going for some tier 3 Juggernauts or Mammoth tanks. Actually, I don't think he has a tier 2. I think he's just going to go for some straight up Predator tanks. That may come back to bite him, but we'll see, because the Obelisk of Light now from Phoenix is just going to be going to a couple shots there. And now BikeRush is trying to start a 2-prong attack here. He's actually down south here. We see the redemption support power is being used by Phoenix, and he might as well use that. We see a radar scan coming in as well, and the BikeRush is just true-prone attack is just screwing up Phoenix, although he's just trying to defend this from his expansion field, and his main field is being destroyed pretty heavily. The redemption support power is not being used properly because he does have a wicked squad here, but he's not focusing on the infantry. He's focusing on the buildings, and this redemption support power, it may have been a waste, but at the same time BikeRush was not focusing on the infantry. So if you don't focus on the infantry, then they don't turn into awakened squads. But it looks like Phoenix had just managed to hold this just barely. But some APCs with them, AP ammo are coming in as well for BikeRush, and there's also rocket squads here as well. So Phoenix lost his main base here, but I think he will be okay, because that Obelisk of Light will one-shot these APCs, no problems there. And now Phoenix is just going for some more infantry forces just to hold off this APC attack here. And Phoenix has managed to hold off the attack here from BikeRush. So I'm not sure if BikeRush is going to go for transitioning into some air forces, and the Orcas now are going to be building up quite quickly, and Phoenix has no idea this is coming here. He does have some Scorpion tanks here to deal with this, and he might as well, because these Scorpion tanks will finish off the rest of the APCs and will keep Phoenix okay for now. But that Redeemer now is going to be pushing into the base of BikeRush. Now BikeRush is trying to hide his forces into the Shroud here, just to keep him away from that Redeemer. Save as many forces as possible for the late game, and that's a smart idea to think about it. 5 Orca airfields, and I'm not sure where the Orcas are. Well, they're here, so at least I know where they're coming from. But they don't have any hard points or center pods. So this force here, this Redeemer is going to be destroyed. The Orcas now are just going to be coming in, and that Redeemer is not long for the living. BikeRush has grouped up all his Orcas here, but there's nothing to take care of those Orcas here. So that was not too bad there. He's thrown on the pulsar scan just for the hell of it, just to see if there's any stealth tanks. But now Phoenix knows that there's a lot of Orcas here. There's 4 airfields, so 4 times 4 is 16 MLG math. And now these Scorpion tanks here. Oh, there's a veteran avatar here, which from Phoenix, which is pretty good. He also has a bunch of infantry here as well. And now these garrisonable structures are doing pretty good. They're taking out a couple of those Scorpion tanks here from Phoenix, but ultimately just lost a couple of his own rocket squads, which is not that good. But at the same time, BikeRush took those tip spikes, and I think Phoenix is going to take them back here. But oh no, that was a nice shot there by the missile squads. Takes out the engineer, and then that engineer is still alive. So BikeRush has been holding on to a couple of those tip spikes for the majority of the game. He built another war factory just to get more air forces here. I'm not sure where those Orcas are. They're flying around the map here, and I think they were doing some harvester harassment. I think they will do so. Oh, we see a redemption. Tip cows, not tip bait detonation. That's what it is. And we see double punch of the shot coming in. We see the plane coming in. This is a tip vapor bomb, and it will take down 2 of those Orcas, and will destroy 2 of those airfields. So Phoenix, with the 1-clicks, are coming in, but they ultimately will not be able to take out the air armada of BikeRush. So BikeRush needs to place down 2 more airfields to get his Orcas back up in order, because they're just right now vulnerable. But now they're landing them right now, and I think he will build another airfield just to land his... he needs to build a command post first. before it can place down an airfield. So now BikeRush, his orcas now are doing a ton of damage, and these Scorpion tanks aren't long for the living. BikeRush is intent on fully destroying Phoenix. The Phoenix right now, especially on the War Factory, he's going for more Scorpion tanks. Maybe a bike buggy would be good in this map here, because all BikeRush has is just air. He doesn't have any War Factories or barracks. He doesn't have any ground forces. It's just air. So if Phoenix can realize this, then he can just go for some buggies and bikes, and then he will be golden. 3 more airfields here from BikeRushOwnz will get him down to 12 orcas now. I'm not sure if he's gonna go for some hard points. I think he's going for some upgrades. I think this might be hard points. Is this hard points? Oh, he stole for cash. That's why. So he stole for cash. I think this will be hard points. Phoenix right now is building lots of bikes and lots of buggies. Well, mostly buggies, just to take care of these orcas, and these orcas have been diminished really heavy. He lost like what, 3, 5, 6 orcas already, and the hammerheads now are also being built as well. Phoenix is going to lose one of his barracks, I think. Pulsar scan goes down just to reveal any harvesters there. There's no harvesters, and now the tip has been mined out now by Phoenix. He needs to go back to this field and this field right here. BikeRush is trying to steal some green tip as well, but he won't succeed. That harvester will definitely be destroyed, no question about that. And now BikeRush is just... He has a War Factory. Okay, he has a War Factory. So he sold one of his airfields. I don't think he can support that many airfields anymore. He still has 6 orcas, which is quite decent still. And he's still mining from these fields right here. So the mining now has to come down to who can micro their forces better. And BikeRush is bringing in his Air Armada here. They're taking out all of the Scorpion tanks, but now they got to deal with these buggies, and these buggies are taking out all the orcas. 3 orcas will go down, make that 4. All that's left is 2 orcas. But these hammerheads are still alive, and there's no anti-air here for Phoenix. He's just focusing on those orcas, and he might as well do so. But now these hammerheads now are just going to be prime for taking for these radar buggies. And now Phoenix is stole for cash. I think he sold his MCV. Yeah, he sold his MCV. So, oh no, he didn't sell his MCV. He's back here, just going for some Lances mining. And now we see some more Predator tanks coming in from BikeRush. And these 2 orcas now are all that's left for the Air Armada from BikeRushOwnz. And because BikeRush went for the Air Armada, Phoenix, all he led was just for radar buggies. But BikeRush had the War Factory, so now he can still go for some Rail Scorps, while Rail Pred tanks and Laser Scorps here for Phoenix. So it all comes down to actually Phoenix has not too bad of a force here. Buggies and Laser Scorps, which is pretty good. Actually, one of his buggies is heroic status, and he has M coils too. What? And how did he get the M coils? I guess he got that upgrade a long time ago. So yeah, Phoenix, he's gonna go for an last ditch attack here. He might be able to take out BikeRush. He sold his last airfield, so it's just gonna be straight up Pred tanks from BikeRushOwnz. And here comes Phoenix, just pushing into BikeRush's base, and BikeRush is losing a couple of a force here, and the M buggies coming in. They take out one Predator tank, and now he's gonna be pushing into the base here even more, placing down watchtowers just for more attack power here. And I think Phoenix is going to lose all of the Scorpion tanks. His Scorpion tanks are going down is because of the weakness of the Laser Scorps with the Dozer Blades against the Railgun Predator tanks. I think Phoenix right here, he will probably lose all of his Scorpion tanks, but it's going to be pretty lucky. He amps a couple of those Predator tanks with his heroic radar buggy, but he will lose it. That kind of sucks. And all of Phoenix's Scorpion tanks have been destroyed, so BikeRush survives just barely. And now Phoenix sells his MCV. So he's going to use this opportunity to build up as many Scorpion tanks as possible, while BikeRush, he keeps his MCV alive. He's going to be pushing. I guess he's going to go for a base push. He might as well. I guess maybe he can sell his own MCV because BikeRush is known to do that. But this, I think he's intent on just going for a base push and just propping on watchtowers. But we'll see what Phoenix does. Phoenix has managed to build 3, 6, 9 Scorpion tanks. Make that 10. And he's just trying to keep his BikeRush held up in this little corridor right here. So who's going to win here? It all depends on positioning and who has the more forces. But I think BikeRush, since he has less forces, but he has more firepower in his Predator tanks. And now BikeRush is trying to build something here. What is he trying to build? He's trying to build for War Factory. Okay, so he's going to go for a base push. He's going to place on the War Factory here, and then repair his Predator tanks easier. But it's going to be super scary to see what's going to happen to Phoenix and BikeRushOwnz. Okay, so here comes the watchtower, and there's the War Factory. Now the push is on. BikeRush is pushing in, and Phoenix is just trying to take out as many Scorpion tanks or Predator tanks as possible, and he will. It's an even battle here. Even battle. BikeRush sells as MCV. That's a good maneuver there. But I think, oh, this is so close. I can't even tell who's winning because both players are getting repaired up by both War Factories. But I think BikeRushOwnz, because he has the Railgun Predator tanks, he's just destroying all of Phoenix's Scorpion tanks. And with this, Phoenix might be able to get defeated because there's a lot more Predator tanks here. And now the War Factories is providing some great healing potential. And that is it. FeelsBirdMan has been defeated. That was a good game. Both players played really, really well. 20 minutes. Skip all that. Unit scrapped. Structure scrapped. Resources and stats. So 194,601 to play to lose, which is BikeRushOwnz, and 183,034 to FeelsBirdMan. So that's $101,000 more. Or no, that's $11,000 in favor of BikeRushOwnz. All right, so there's a game on Atacama Road. My name is Cabal, and I'll see you guys next time.